We're now here with Hugh Waters. Hugh, we were just talking with Igor about the talents that came from the International Children Games. You organized quite a few of those. Could you tell us some names of talents that arose from the International Children Games?
Yes, the first games I was involved in was back in the year 2000, the Millennium Games in Hamilton, Ontario. And we took a boys football team and a girls football team. And the captain of the football team was called Stephen Smith, who went on to play professional football for both Glasgow Rangers and Norwich in the English Premier League. And the girl captain was called Megan Snedden, who has won 170 caps for the Scottish football team. And since then, in 2007, we had a badminton player called Kirsty Gilmer. Kirsty is currently ranked #1 in Great Britain. She's ranked 17 in the world. She won a silver medal in the European Championships recently, and she's going to represent Great Britain in the Olympics in Rio in August.
Yeah. And if I understand correctly, there are already Olympic champions that came forth of the children's games.
I think many cities have produced or have had Olympic champions who started their international career. First steps would have been the International Children's Games.
Yeah. So we're talking about really serious sporting event.
Actually. Absolutely. I think some cities use it just to participate, to take the children on a cultural exchange, but the majority of cities are looking to win medals. Yeah. And it's always good to hear stories of athletes who were in the International Children's Games who, when they become much older, become top athletes in their sport.
Yeah. Okay. Your current function within the International Children's Games is you're in the technical commission, right? Yeah. So what tasks do you have?
When a city wins the bid to host the games, they provide a list of sports. Each sport attracts a technical handbook. So it's the rules and regulations of the way we would like the tournament to run. It's mainly Olympic standard in each sport, but with a few small changes that suits the 3-day competition.
Yeah. So and what kind of changes do you make then?
Well, sometimes we have, as Igor mentioned, we have B finals, we have C finals. Sometimes in football, for example, it's 6-a-side football. We've decided over the last couple of years not to allow slide tackles. No football tournament doesn't allow slide tackles, but we found that on a small pitch, 15-year-olds, there are no injuries at all when you stop slide tackles. Yeah. So one of our rules is that you're not allowed to slide tackle.
So you did it as injury prevention.
Yes,
also
exactly.
Because you have younger players
and,
who are a bit more.
Children are travelling all over the world. A broken leg, they have to stay on for days, and doctors and what have you. So it's just a change that we made. But so therefore, the Technical Commission people look after and oversee the running of the tournament in each individual sport. Yeah. So for me, I tend to look after football and sometimes golf. So I would be the technical expert in these sports.
Because is there much difference between organising, because you also organised the games, huh? I can remember Lancashire?
Lanarkshire, 211. Yeah, I was the games director.
Yeah, because is there much difference between organising something like this, games like that for children in comparison with organising a sporting event for adults?
I think so. The standard is very high. They're 15-year-olds, so they're almost adults. But some can be less mature than others. So you've always got to take that into the kind of theory, and also the coaches. The coaches tend to become very animated, very, very heated about 15-year-olds that they perhaps wouldn't do if it was adults. And for sometimes the difficulties we have are with the coaches and not with the athletes.
Yeah. And how do you deal with it then?
Well, we have rules, and we tell them if football is one great example of, you've seen it in adult football. Same with 15-year-olds. Coach gets animated, gets aggressive, shouts, and if we think it's not acceptable, we ask them to leave.
Yeah.
So we ask them to leave the pitch.
And usually they do.
They always do. They get too excited in the moment, and we think leave the 15-year-olds to play football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the history of the children game? Because if I understood correctly, first ones were here in Slovenia.
Yeah, here in Slovenia, 68 by Method, and ever since then they've grown and grown.
Yeah.
We happened to be invited to the Millennium Games by Hamilton because we have a city called Hamilton, and they invited.
And that is how you got into this.
Invited all the Hamiltons of the world, of which there are 27.
Yeah.
So we went as Team Hamilton Scotland, and that was our first introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen this? So it's quite some years ago already. Have you seen children games evolve?
Yes, I think in the first 3 or 4 games I visited, some were good, some were not so good. We obviously, our city, spent a lot of money and time and effort in trying to provide the best games ever. And I think since then, other cities have mentioned that we raised the bar in terms of the quality and the standard of games. And since 2011, the standard of games has been very, very high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything? If we go back to the first games. What was initially the idea behind it? Was it already for serious competition? What it is now?
No, I think the idea behind the games was that if children came together under a sporting banner, then they would be united. The spirit unites, and if children competed in friendly competition, that there might be less trouble in the world. And I think that was the focus for the games all those years ago.
Yeah.
That if people were competing together, then they wouldn't be fighting with each other.
Yeah.
And I think it's proven to be the case.
Is that still the case?
I think so. I know of athletes in my teams who still keep in touch with athletes from all over the world that they met 5, 6, 7 years ago. They go and visit them on holiday. Because of social media, they keep in touch on Facebook or Twitter or what have you. So
and that are athletes from other countries,
yeah.
Different countries.
Yeah, they keep in touch with people they met at the games, even though they don't speak English.
Yeah.
They still keep in touch and can still tell you stories of great memories that they had in the games that they competed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The next games, where will those be?
The next games are in July, and they're in Taiwan, in New Taipei City.
Okay.
10th to the 16th of July.
Yeah. So I guess you're already busy with that.
Yeah, we've been working behind the scenes with their tournament directors in each of the sports. So we're looking forward to them providing another excellent games for all the cities of the world.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll probably hear of them.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.